Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rick, and I'm here with my most anticipated releases of August 2017. So, what I'm going to try to do for you guys is every month I'm going to produce a video in the prior month. So, being as today is technically the last day of July, I was kind of in a pinch to get this out. I've been wanting to record it. My schedule's been absolutely crazy, but I'm doing it. It's going to be up. I'm going to get it up and live today, July 31st. So you guys can check it out and see what my most anticipated releases are theatrically in the United States 2017, August. So I want you guys, I'm going to do it early in the video. Be sure to comment and leave any critique. It's probably a monthly series that I want to try to do. So I want to go back and forth with you guys. I want to know your thoughts, what you're looking forward to checking out this month. And hopefully this can become a monthly video that we can do, and hopefully an interactive video with you guys, writing me, let me know what you think. Obviously there's going to be disagreements. Some people like different kind of movies than me. You guys know I'm not a big horror fan, so it has to be a pretty special horror movie or something unique for me to have interest in. So I will also say before I start getting into it, September looks much more promising from bottom to top, uh, release wise, than this coming month. August is kind of the dumping ground for summer movies. Uh, you know, now the summer season starts like the end of April and ends, the end of July. And August becomes a dumping ground, which January used to be. And recently, I think the last 2 years, there have been a couple solid releases that have come out in January. I'm trying to think back and go off the top of my head. This year, I believe Split came out in January, and I believe Get Out came in January or the beginning of February. So, movies that, normally it would be a dumping ground. Two quality releases. I still think they're both in my top 5 or 6 for the year so far, and here we are entering August. So there are a handful of movies that I have no interest in seeing. Maybe down the line I would check one or two of them out on Blu-ray or if they're on TV. And then when I do my list, I don't want you guys to think that I'm going to see each one of these movies in the theater. That is definitely not the case. But there are movies I'm interested in seeing, and I just won't go see them in the theater. Looking at my list, the top 2 movies on my list are things I definitely will be checking out in theaters. If I get into a screening or two this month, I might check out some of the other things. I actually was able to see the bottom thing on my list, and I have 9 titles on this list for August, which isn't very many, in my opinion. And number 9, I actually have the opportunity to go see a screening of, but I really don't want to drive into downtown Philadelphia to go see a screening. I'm not a big fan of city driving, and it sucks because it's going to be a Q&A with the director and the star of the movie, and I was invited, and I cannot go. So there's a handful of movies I'm not interested in. They are in no particular order. Leap, which I believe is some kind of ballerina cartoon. I didn't even realize it was a thing until I was reading through the August releases. Polaroid, a horror movie about you take a picture and there's dead people in the face. I don't even know. Sorry. The Nut Job 2, Nuttier by Nature. I don't even know what to say about that. I'd rather go see the Emoji Movie. And that should answer a lot of questions. Next would be Kidnap, which stars Halle Berry. I feel like Halle Berry did this movie 2 years ago for WWE Films, and it was called like The Call or Cellular, about a girl who was hiding in a trunk. It's very similar in my opinion. And the movie that probably will shock some people because it has really good word of mouth. Won't shock other people if you listen to what I say, that I don't care for horror movies, and that's Annabelle Creation. I actually heard somewhere that Annabelle Creation has like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes with critics so far. It is early, and we'll see if that holds true. But I didn't care for the first Annabelle movie. I'm not going to go see this one. I'm probably not going to watch it when it comes out on Blu-ray unless my little sister wants to check it out with me. So now, after 6 minutes of rambling, my 9 most anticipated releases of the month of August. Number 9, and the movie I was telling you about a few minutes ago that I had the opportunity to go to a screening and I am declining it. And that is Patty Cakes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. It is an indie movie about a white girl who wants to be a famous rapper. And it's getting lots of indie buzz. I've heard about it. It was at Sundance. The only person I recognized in the trailer was the comedian Bridget Everett. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her. If you want to scratch your head, you can watch some of her stand-up. She's very funny, but she's very over the top. Check it out on YouTube or watch her stand-up special that was on Comedy Central, where she pretty much strips and dances on guys. But Patty Cakes. It looks like a good movie. It looks like it's going to be very interesting. I do want to check it out. If there's another screening closer to me, I will definitely go check it out. I don't think it's going to be very wide, but I do look forward to seeing it. Number 8. Probably could have been higher on my list. I was excited when I first heard about the movie. I became a lot less excited with the first trailer, and I know you guys are thinking, why does he judge movies by trailers? I don't, but it gives me an idea of the movie. And sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing, sometimes it's indifferent. And that movie is Logan Lucky. It is Steve Soderbergh's return to directing. It's basically a heist movie revolving around a NASCAR race. This could be an excellent movie. The fact that it came out in August, or is coming out in August, worries me. The cast is really good in this movie. Adam Driver and Channing Tatum play the Lucky brothers. I believe it's the Lucky brothers. Maybe it's the Logan brothers. I don't know. And Daniel Craig is in the movie, and the list goes on and on. It looks like it could be very good. It also looks like it could just be It's a Blu-ray watch for me. I will not go see it in the movie theater. Next, once again, I'm 50-50 on this. When I first heard about it, I had no interest. I didn't even watch the trailer when it came out online, which I do tend to check out trailers when they drop online. The first one, I try to avoid like trailers 2 and 3 because you start giving way too much of the movie away. Like when Baby Driver came out, there were a few times where I actually got up out of my seat or like closed my eyes for 3 minutes to avoid any other trailers. I saw the initial trailer. I was like, this looks awesome. I don't want to see anything else. I didn't watch the Justice League Comic-Con trailer, although I heard that it was much better than the first Justice League trailer. So anyway, I saw this trailer on the big screen. I didn't watch it online. That movie is The Dark Tower, which is based on the Stephen King books. I'm a huge Stephen King fan. I'm a huge Matthew McConaughey fan. I like Idris Elba. I have a bad feeling about the movie. I think it is going to not do well theatrically, box office. I think it is not going to do well critically. It's something that I will probably watch down the line, and it's, in my opinion, a perfect Blu-ray lazy Sunday watch from what I've seen. So, next, probably a movie not many of you guys are familiar with, The Only Living Boy in New York. Yes, that is a real movie. I'm not making up a title. It stars Pierce Brosnan. Basically, the premise I get out of it is a son catches his dad out on a date with another woman, so he's having an affair, and then he tries to flirt with a woman and seduce his dad's mistress. It's an indie movie, but the trailer makes it look really good. I'm very intrigued by the concept. Callum Turner is the lead actor in it. He's really good in the trailer. And once again, I know I'm judging, movies by the trailers, but that's what I got to do. I don't want to read too much about it, and this is a movie that caught me by surprise. It was before something I saw. I don't remember what it was, and I was like, that looks that looks kind of interesting. And I checked out the trailer again online, and it's definitely something I do want to watch. Once again, it'll probably most likely be an at-home watch. Like I mentioned in the earlier part of the video, only the top two movies I probably will realistically see in theaters, unless there's some kind of screening, and then I would definitely go check some of this other stuff out on the big screen. Number 5 on the list is Ingrid Goes West, starring Aubrey Plaza. It also has Elizabeth Olsen and O'Shea Jackson Jr., I think is his name. It looks very weird, but it's Aubrey Plaza, and Aubrey Plaza can be very weird, but she's hilarious. She's very attractive in my opinion. I'm really looking forward to seeing The Little Hours, which is out now. Aubrey Plaza is very funny, and she's becoming very good in her quirky roles that she's been starring in. So, Ingrid Goes West is about a girl who is a stalker of an Instagram celebrity. That's what I get. It looks good. I don't want to watch any more trailers. I want to check it out. Number 4. I'm surprised this is coming out in August. When I first heard about this, I thought for sure it was a November, December release. It has Oscar bait written all over it, and the fact that it's coming out in August, ooh, scares me. The Glass Castle. If you guys aren't familiar with it, it stars Brie Larson. It also has Woody Harrelson. It is about a woman who comes from a pretty rocky childhood. Her parents were kind of drifters. They would move from house to house. They had bill collectors chasing them, and the father, was big on using the imagination. And it's Brie Larson's follow-up to Room. Naomi Watts also stars in it as Woody Harrelson's wife. It looks very good. The August thing has me worried. You guys can notice a trend if you look back at previous years. Stuff that when you first heard about it, you thought, wow, this sounds like an Oscar movie. Why is it coming out in August? Usually it didn't bode well for a movie. So, The Glass Castle. I'll be curious to see what critics say about it, but I do have interest in seeing it. And I don't want you guys to think that me watching trailers and reading Rotten Tomatoes, I go by that. Totally not true. There have been things that everybody loved on Rotten Tomatoes that I did not care for. There have been things that people trashed on Rotten Tomatoes, and trailers made a movie not look good, and I loved it. I mean, I'm a fan of comedy movies, and you guys know 90% of the comedy movies that come out, critics destroy, and I love a lot of them. So, I have a very open mind, but I do like to read what other people think about it. I do watch other reviewers. I love to discuss movies, and I love hearing other people's thoughts about movies. I love movies. I've always loved movies since I was a little kid. I love hearing what people think about them. I love learning about the behind the scenes of the movie. I love the movie itself. Like I checked out Dunkirk. I'll be doing a review soon. Wow. But I'm getting off topic. The video's running long. I have 3 left. Number 3, another independent small-time movie, and there's probably multiple movies on this list that you guys may have never heard of, and maybe watching this video you'll be interested in checking out a trailer and eventually seeing some of this stuff. Number 3 is Wind River. Wind River stars Elizabeth Olsen and Jeremy Renner. It's about an FBI agent that teams up with a veteran game tracker in what looks like Alaska, Wyoming, Montana area. And there's a murder on an Indian ground. And it looks like a murder mystery. Once again, the trailer makes it look intense. A tiny part of me thinks the movie could be very slow and not as exciting as the trailer makes it look, which would not surprise me. But Elizabeth Olsen and Jeremy Renner together, very intriguing to me as a combo on screen. I'd love to see what kind of chemistry they have outside of the Avengers. So yeah, number 3, Wind River. Now, number 2. I was hoping to catch a screening of it this week. I still haven't heard back. Maybe they'll send me a message at the last minute inviting me to the screener. I kind of hope so. Detroit. Detroit looks so good. It's coming out in August. It doesn't worry me with this movie. It looks excellent. The cast looks great. It looks very intense and an all-around good suspense drama film. My eye basis on the trailer I watched, because I only watched the first one. I think there's 3 out now. I don't want to see that much. The first trailer sold me on the movie. I've heard good things. Will Poulter, I don't know if you guys are familiar with who Will Poulter is. I know him from We're the Millers. I know he's been in some other stuff. But I saw him, I said, isn't that the kid from We're the Millers who sings Waterfalls? He looks so good in this movie and so intense. My eyes on Detroit. It's number 2 only because my number 1, I'm a comedy fan. One of my favorite movies last year was Deadpool. I'm sure you guys know the star of Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds. The Hitman's Bodyguard. Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, buddy cop comedy, action comedy. Yes. Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, sold. I'm in. I will buy a ticket. I will go see it. Like I said, guys, I'm a sucker for comedy. Looking at this list, that is the only comedy that's coming out. Ingrid Goes West, I guess, is a very dark comedy from what I've seen, but there are no big comedy movies. September has one of my most anticipated movies of the entire year coming out. You guys are going to have to wait another month to see what that is, but I'm sure if you look at the release calendar for September, if you guys want to take a guess down below in the comments, go ahead and do so. I'm not going to tell you if you're right, though. That's it for the video, guys. Like I said in the beginning, be sure to comment. Let's talk about these releases in August. What are you guys looking forward to seeing? What do you have no interest in seeing? Did you check out some of the movies I talked about in the trailers to some of these movies? Do you have interest in checking them out now? Let's make this an interactive video. Let's comment, talk to each other. You guys can email me. Guys, comment. I usually get back to comments relatively quick. This is a monthly series I want to do. As you can tell, I just rambled on for 18 minutes about a list of mediocre movies. Knowing what comes out next month in September, that could be a half an hour video. I will try for it to not be, but I'm going to keep doing these videos. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. Be sure to let me know down below. Hit the like button if you enjoy it. Comment on it. Subscribe. Down the movie. Check out Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. I got my eBay page. I have my Blu-ray.com profile. I got my email. I have a P.O. box. You guys send me mail, send me questions. I want to do a Q&A video in the next couple weeks. That's all I got, guys. So, August 2017, most anticipated releases. Feedback. I want to hear comments. Let's talk about what's coming out in August. What are you guys looking forward to seeing? What aren't you looking forward to seeing? Until next time, guys, who's down the movie?